511 Park Board. It is our hope going forward to have a cooperative agreement and work together, not in competition with each other. It is our commitment for the betterment of the Russell residents and those concerned for the Russell Township Parks. There was no response. This went to Justin Madden and the 511 Board.
I'd also like to just, I appreciate Mr. Mueller's comments, but here's a Cleveland.com article from less than a year ago where it says, Mueller, along with trustee Gary Gabram and Justin Madden, have said their intent is to eventually be able to dissolve the existing park board. And then later in the article, they say trustee Justin Madden, Jim Mueller, and Gary Gabram stated that the proposed new 511 park board would not increase taxes. In fact, I have some meeting minutes here from August 1st, 2014 from these very trustees who don't seem to even know who owns the parks. Stewardship Walk, Russell Uplands Preserve. Pete McDonald from the Western Reserve Land Conservancy performed a stewardship walk alongside of Mr. Mueller. Issues found were trespassing on the land with ATVs, lounge chairs being stored on the property, and fire pits. Mr. Mueller suggested exploring the option of donating the land to Russell Township Park Commission. The Russell Township Park Commission had owned and operated this land since 2005. Would anyone else like to come up and speak to us?
But not from here. There's no way I'm going to make myself good. Let me see. Get myself in a place where I live from here. I'm Shelley Chernin, 8650 Beechwood Drive. Gosh, I had other things I wanted to say, but I just want to address some of the things Scott said. I felt that the public ought to know that Scott worked for the juvenile court. You can make your own conclusions from that. It wasn't meant to be character assassination. I have gotten along well with Scott since he got on the board, but he did lose my trust. And he said a couple of things tonight that are not true. He said he's been transparent. After the September 29th meeting, which I was not able to attend, I sent him an email. I said, when you came out of executive session, was there any business? He did not answer my email. So he says he did us a favor by telling us at the next meeting about the lease agreement. He could have answered my email. I would have known a week earlier or whatever it was. You've also not been transparent about not publishing the accountant's report. I know you said at the last meeting that legally you can't. I can't figure out why legally you can't. I don't, you can tell me what law?
I will tell you that the accountants have said that I cannot publish the report, because it's an audit report, and until the audit is finalized, we cannot.
How is it an audit report if it's an accountant's report? Those are two different things.
I'm happy to, look, I would love to give all the information out and have it in front of everyone. That's what I would like to do. That's what I've done. Go to the website and look. Every time I get a document that I can release, I do release.
Okay, well.
At this point, okay, go ahead.
Yeah, if I could have my 2 minutes, because I know you'll cut me off. As for the trees, you had a letter from Western Reserve Land Conservancy saying 40 trees, and you came in the next meeting and said 100 were cut. So, and they were not marked. So Michael Glades went through, he cut what he wanted to cut, and he wasn't well enough supervised, and that's a shame. Shame, those things happen. I think I called it a rookie mistake. I still consider it a rookie mistake. I don't think you meant for that to happen, but it did. What I really want to say to you is that I do not understand the rush to lease. We don't have this accountant's report. There are a lot of conflicting reports about how much money you really do have left. Last meeting you said $30,000. I'm hearing other numbers now. How do we know? The public doesn't know. You don't even know how much money you have left.
Thank you, Shelley.
Wow.
Later on, I also have to reread my letter to you.
That's fine. That's fine. I just before you step up, Sharman, I just want to say something else. Ms. Chernin has very strong opinions of Judge Rendell and has called this the Judge's Park Board over and over again. And I want to simply read a letter, an excerpt from a letter. This is a letter from April of 2017 that Ms. Chernin wrote to the State House of Representatives, Chairman Smith, and the Finance Committee members. And a quote from this letter that she wrote is, For a century in the state of Ohio and for over 55 years in my county, Geauga, local park districts established under ORC Chapter 1545 have been managed by boards of commissioners appointed by the probate judge in each county. The existing statute gives the probate judges power to appoint and remove park commissioners. No other powers over the day-to-day operations of park districts are granted by the statute. She's clearly aware of that. Now, I will be candid that this letter was because they were trying to get more power, but she's clearly aware that currently there's no additional power than that. Charmin Clark.
Charmin Clark, 15201 Hemlock Point Road in Russell. What I would like the board to do is take some time on this. I know you think that you are at the end of your ropes and there's nothing else to do. Until you know what monies we have, until we know if the levies pass, until we see if we can all get along in this. And we know we can, we all want the same thing. Why does it have to be done so quickly? We've got all the time in the world. We've got years to figure this out. The monies we have, when we voted in Madrid, we knew that we may leave that land fallow for an extended period of time. That was, the public knew that. And it is fallow, it's fine, grass is growing. We volunteered to brush hog it, but we never got the reply back where to brush hog, so it hasn't been done. We have volunteers in Russell that will do these things. We can take up the slack until these budgets are worked out, until we know what we have. We don't have to go to Geauga Park, and we know the mistakes Geauga Park has made. We know they like to develop, they like to put in trails, they like to do a lot of things in their parks that we're not going to have any control over anymore. We'll have some control as far as the easements go, but we're not going to have total control over our parks anymore. So can't we just sit back, let's give this a few months. If things are impossible 8 months from now, then you can revisit it. But once you sign that 25-year document, there's no going back. There's no going back. That's the rest of most of our lives. We'll be gone. Our land will be gone. The land that we paid for. Take some time. It's nothing. 8 months is nothing. A year is nothing in this. And that's what I'd like you guys to think about.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm Linda O'Brien. I'm a 30-year resident of Russell Township and a past park board member. Number one, I want to tell this group that I share your opinion that this is the right thing to do. I actually held that opinion when I was on the park board. When I looked at the expenses that were required for parks to be improved.
Sorry, hold on.
No, this is good. Are they flying south?
No, I can't, hold on. All right, technical difficulty.
All right.
Because Charmin didn't take her full 2 minutes, that's why.
Oh.
All right, there we go.
So, when I was on the park board and I looked at the expenses that the Uplands needed and some of the others and with my fellow board members, we really questioned how we could sustain this park district. And in addition to that, people here need to know a couple of things. Of about the 500 acres that this park district oversees, I'd say at least half of it's not accessible to you. So your money went to purchase or invest or somehow obtain land that was not accessible to you to begin with. Now we've got some really nice property. Madru was passed not with the intent for it to be fallow, because that was clearly stated as not being the intent. And we had arrangements made with the Conservancy to put in a parking lot and to put in trails, just promote trails. But the same people who sat here and opposed us waiting to do our due diligence, once it was passed, said, now in my neighborhood, I don't want to see parking, I don't want to see car lights, I don't want to have people walking on trails that abut my land. I had emails from people. I was confronted in the grocery store by these people. You know what they said to me? I don't want people in the parks, I don't want dogs in the parks. You're killing the animals, you're scaring the animals, and nobody or anything should be defecating in the park. That is a direct quote, and Charlie Butters can confirm that. So, who are we doing these parks for if not for the residents to enjoy them? And I will tell you, I support the parks extensively. I'm probably in them every weekend. I have a 7-year-old granddaughter who's a park enthusiast. And so I applaud the parks. And I also hope that you will have the money to improve them so that the people that paid for them can maximize their use of them.